To our seniors, I thank them not only for the foundation that they have laid, but the men that they are and how hard they compete. So proud of the men that stepped in that arena tonight and fought as hard as men could fight in a good college football game. We came up short tonight, but that was a valiant effort by our seniors and a bunch of kids fighting their butts off to try to win a ball game. You know, the best is yet to be. I truly believe that. I watch the men that are out there, both old and young, and see guys that are truly talented individuals that will develop into a quality football team that can win championships. I know that, and I believe that in them. From an injury report standpoint, Vi Malapai left the game with an MCL of the knee. John Lockett left the game with a hip injury. Josh Fallow left the game with a knee injury. And Chuma Adoga left the game with a knee injury. With that, I'll take any questions that you have.
Clay, how do you describe the frustration of a 5-7 season, the injuries, the losses, people calling you out? How do you describe this whole season?
You know, USC is about championships. It deserves championships. And, you know, we did not do that. And just fact of the matter, this year we didn't get the job done. It doesn't mean that we can't. I know and believe in the guys that are in that locker room that we're going to go back, create a disciplined football team that executes at the highest level. We can compete with anybody in the country with the men that are in that locker room, as evidence as tonight. And it'll be my job and my task moving forward to be able to get us to execute, be disciplined, and win championships. That's what's deserved. That's what's expected, and that's what's deserved. So is it frustrating? Yes, I think we're all frustrated. 5-7 is not what USC is about. Winning close ball games is what we're, you know, losing close ball games is not what we're about. And it'll be my task moving forward to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Lynn Swan after the game said he had a plan he would share with you soon. Has he done?
We visit every Monday. Mr. Swan and I do, and talk about this team. We talk about the future. Obviously, you know, we'll meet again, just like we normally do after ball games. And I know that he'll be able to say, you know, exactly what is on his mind for the future. Like I said earlier, I'm fully confident in the support that I have, not only from Mr. Swan, but this administration. They have been terrific to me, our staff, and our football team. And I know that we'll get their continued support. And we'll do a better job not only for them, but our Trojan family.
Cam, what's it like knowing, you know, your final game as a Trojan is coming on?
I mean, I don't think it's really hit me yet. I was sitting on the bench towards the end of the game, and it was kind of weird and sitting in the locker room, just kind of feeling it. But I don't know if it'll really hit me even until I see a game next year. You know, watching on TV, it'll be weird. But right now, it's just, you know, I'm trying to enjoy every moment of this, and you know, losses, it is what it is. But you know, just enjoying wearing these pants and this jersey, and just so I can look back and remember this day. So.
They tell you at the first half, you guys, on a quick passing game, you were moving the ball and succeeding with your offense. In the second half, did they do anything to cut that off?
Yeah, you saw a lot more cover two, you know, a lot more drop eight, a lot more pass defense, just to, you know, prevent the quick game from, you know, just beating them like it was in the first half.
Cam, in the first half, you guys were very effective against the run. It seemed like after halftime, they made some adjustments. Was there anything in particular that they did that gave you guys fits?
No, I think, you know, they came out in 12 a little bit more. You know, you take away that one long run, and I mean, they had 121 rushing yards, so I thought that was one of our better games. Again, take one long run, and so it looks a lot better, but kind of seems a little bit a tendency. You know, we played well for, you know, a good portion of the game, and then we let one go. But that's a play that we've been getting all year, but for the most part, I thought they gave us everything that we were expecting.
Clay, you just told Kurt how next year you want the team to be more disciplined. You guys came in averaging 8 penalties a game. You had 18 against Arizona a few weeks back. Why don't you think that the team is able to become more disciplined and limit those penalties game in, game out?
You know, one thing, it's about teaching young people. One, it's some are decision making, some are fundamental and technique penalties. We had more, you know, basically fundamental technique penalties with some holding calls. We had a couple offsides that were in inopportune times. A big explosive play. We have a receiver covered up. At the end of the day, the buck stops here. It's with me. It's my responsibility to make sure that the penalties go down. We had 8 again tonight for 71 yards and in a lot of critical situations, especially when we're driving the ball in the red zone, and all of a sudden you look up and now it's 2nd and long, and that sets you back. You can feel good about, oh yeah, we're moving the ball 450 yards, but at the end of the day, it's about scoring points, and we didn't score enough tonight.
What changes need to be made in order to avoid another season like this?
I think there's a bunch of things that need to happen. One is we'll go right to work as far as recruiting and replace the personnel that is getting ready to leave us. When you talk about losing a Cam Smith and a Tyler Britzede, a Marvell Tell, a Biggie Marshall, a Ced Ware, all those guys that have been in that locker room for a long time, that's where it first starts. The second thing is we have to be able to learn how to eliminate the mistakes, all right, and eliminate mistakes and teach young people how to make sure that both from decision making and from fundamentals and techniques that we take care of that, because we'll be in more close ball games. We play a tough schedule each and every year, and the last 4 losses have been for 7 points and less, and then as far as personnel and staff changes, I'll sit back and see where we're at, and I'll visit with Mr. Swan and do exactly what needs to be done moving forward. But right now, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to hug a lot of necks, tell them thank you for competing for our football family for a long time. These seniors, I'm going to go home and watch this tape, and then get ready to go on the road recruiting, because that's the number one thing right now is making sure that we bring in the right personnel for the amount of talent we're getting ready to lose.
Have you seen Lynn Swan after the game? Did you see him in the locker room?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, sure. No, he said, Coach, there are better days ahead.
Clay, if you do decide to make changes to your personnel, how wide of a cast will you spread? Will you look beyond collegiate level, perhaps the NFL level, to identify coaches that will fit the type of mentality you're looking for?
Well, right now I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let it soak in a little bit. Okay, everybody I know will want immediate changes, but right now tomorrow starts the first day of recruiting, and I have the opportunity to sit down with Mr. Swan and discuss everything that we need to get done moving forward, and it's a bunch, and we've got a big task ahead of us. The changes will be made that need to be made from a culture standpoint, discipline standpoint, a personnel standpoint, and staff standpoint if needed, and that's my job, and we'll put it all together and get moving.
JT, you saw a lot of freshmen out.
A lot of talk about the future. How surprised would you be if Lynn does change course and decided not to bring back?
Like I've said, I've always had confidence in the support that I have here from Mr. Swan and the administration. I feel confident that I'm looking forward to being the head coach here if given the opportunity. I look forward to doing that and doing the best job that I possibly can. But I'm never going to put words in Mr. Swan's mouth. Out of honor and respect to him, I know that he'll release a statement at some point in time when he feels fit, and we'll move forward from there. Thanks, Kyle.
Got time for one more?
Clay, you guys scored a touchdown at the end there, and that was the first one that you had in the second half in 3 games. How would you characterize the offense now?
It's one that, I look at 3 of the last 4 games and I see the amount of yards that are being put up, but not the equivalency in points. You look at an Oregon State game that, you have over 500 yards. You look at a UCLA game, 450, this game, 450, but you're not getting the equivalency in the points, which means there's some type of failure somewhere, whether it was a penalty, whether it was 2 turnovers tonight in the red zone. At the end of the day, it's about outscoring outscoring your opponent, and we have not done that. We have not finished those drives, and that's my responsibility. Those kids fought their butts off. Any failures that they had are on me, so point to me on it.